Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. Last month, I sowed these seeds from the Dollar Tree, marigold seeds, in this container, and they have been growing on and growing out. I've now placed the container in the garden to later transplant them into the ground. These are my marigold seedlings, and they are just enjoying the sun. Soon they'll be ready for transplanting into the garden. I'm hoping that they will protect my vegetables from insects, squirrels, and all other kind of things that may want to attack them. But then also that they will bring me such beauty as well. So I'm going to use this butter knife to help me to get up these delicate roots here. So I cannot do it, of course, holding the camera and pricking this out. So I'm going to try and set this camera up so that you can watch. So I'm going to start with this cucumber seed here. And as I said, they're from the Dollar Tree. And I've had great success with Dollar Tree seeds and vegetables, starting them in my garden. Okay, so I'm going to prick out my Dinasour kale into this flat here. And what I did was I mixed some of the compost and the gardening Miracle Grow potting soil mix together. And I'm now just putting it into these little pots, and I'm going to prick out those kale and stick them in here, and then put the kale throughout the garden, be able to eat kale throughout the season, which is fantastic, because have you priced out Dinasour kale at Whole Foods? Yeah, it's a lot of money when you can actually grow your own. Now, I saw Laura of Garden Answer do this, and also Charles, I forget his name, but I saw some other YouTube video personnel putting it together and being able to do this. So I'm hoping that I can get this done too. I'm gonna just kind of like wow, do you see all of these roots? I think that's so amazing. Let me see if I can just break this apart gently, separating the different roots. Ah, this is a good one right here. Without really disturbing the roots here. Let's see. Oops. I got it in there. Not too bad. Let's see if I can get another one. Take out some of the soil. I didn't know if you saw what I did, but it looks like I have too much soil in here right now. So I'm going to just remove some of the soil. And so gently break it apart. I'm just going to stick it in there. Well, this is the finished product. Some of them have 2 or 3 plants in them. Some of them only have 1. So we will see how things go. We'll let them all grow together and continue to grow out the Dinasour kale. Now I have this one here still, and I also have another one, and I'm going to let them continue to grow in the container. I might just put this out into the garden and see what happens with that one. But the other one I'm going to let stay in the container. But that's it. I think I did a very good job here with this Dinasour kale. Let me just show you the other one. So these are a little more stronger. I think I'm going to let these grow out some more and then divide them, because I think these will definitely grow and become strong plants. And then these I think I'm going to put in the garden, and then of course the others that I've already separated. But that's it. And this is the seedling, the heirloom seed change 100% organic Dinasour kale. Yep, that's it. My seedlings are coming along very nicely. This is the nasturtium and my Dinasour kale that I picked out. And they're looking very nice here. I also have the sage, and I'm still waiting on the what is that, Swiss chard. I was trying to grow sweet potato slips, and I haven't had much success with that. But I just wanted to show you how beautiful this looks here. My kale and my nasturtiums. Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. Well, I have these seed starting trays, and I'm going to fill them up with soil and plant out my squash, early summer crookneck squash, pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, cucumber. I love this, the national pickling cucumber. I love that size. And also I am going to plant out the squash, winter squash, Waltham butternut American seed. And these are from the Dollar Tree seed packs. And I'm going to get started on these plants, and then later on plant them in what we are calling the food bed, and so that they will have plenty of room to travel all over and grow. So the soil that I'm using is this Miracle Grow Organic Choice Moisture Control Potting Soil Mix with compost. And I'm going to fill up these trays and seed them out. So I will be putting in something like this, like the pumpkin in one, the squash in the other, the winter squash, and the cucumber. So what I'm going to do now is just fill up each of the cells with soil. I have the soil here, and I'm just going to pour the soil in. And just try to evenly distribute soil into each of the cells. Then you just have to get some more. So I've filled up each of the cells with soil, and now what I'm going to do is just place them at least maybe 2 or possibly 3 seeds in with each of them. And if it's too many, if they're both healthy, I can always divide the cells, the plants, the seedlings, if there are too many of them, or if they're both very healthy. But more than likely, I'm going to just put in at least 2 or 3 seeds in each of the cells and let them grow out together, because they're not going to live in this. They're actually going to go into the ground, and then there will be plenty of room for all of them to grow. So I'm going to start with this cucumber seed here. And as I said, they're from the Dollar Tree. And I've had great success with Dollar Tree seeds, vegetables, starting them in my garden. Especially with these, the peppers and starting with these, it's been very easy. Let me see if I can get this to stand up. Okay, so I've just put in the seeds for the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern, and I have a few cells left back here. So I'm going to just press them in and cover them up. These are big seeds, which makes it so much easier to sow them because they're so big. And just pushing it down into the soil there, so that it's covered up. They'll make their way up through the soil. And as I said, the soil is very fluffy right now. So by the time that it gets the water, it will compact a little bit more, and it won't be as high. So don't forget, that's the jack-o'-lantern. Now I'm going to plant the winter squash. This is the winter squash. This is the seed. It's similar, the seed is similar to the pumpkin seed. Let's see how many we can fill up here. I thought I would be putting 2 in a module, but it actually works out that it's better that it's 1. And I have a few left over, so I'm going to fill in these here. All right, so I'm just going to press it in. Cover them up. Okay, so that's the summer squash. Now I have here actually that's the winter squash. This is the summer squash here. And it's amazing this, okay. The seeds are very similar. It's very similar to the pumpkin, the winter squash, and the summer squash. The seeds are very, very similar. All right, so we'll just start here. And I have an extra seed here, so I'll just put it into this one. All right, so that's done. Now finally, I'm going to work with the cucumbers. And its seed is very similar to. So I've labeled each of the trays using my tags from the other annuals that I had. And so this is the pumpkin, the winter squash, the summer squash, and the cucumber. So I'm going to just water them in and put them in the greenhouse and then allow them to grow up, to germinate, and then transplant them into the garden. So that's the process. But I just also wanted to show you what I've done here with these are nasturtiums, and this is the kale, the Dinasour kale, that I pinched them out, and they're growing up really nice here. So it does work, and you do get a lot of plants for a little bit of money and some effort by seeding your own vegetables and your own flowers. From Mother's Day to Father's Day, it's time to get things in the ground and to really start planting heavily, seeding things, and getting the seedlings in. If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below, what are you doing, and are you getting ready for the season, and how is your garden growing? I hope all is well with you. So if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below and share with me this time. What are you up to in your garden? Thank you so much for giving me your time. And see you next time right here in Catherine's Garden and Home. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.